Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are having a great day so far and welcome to my latest Will I Buy It video. Now before we get on with the makeup tea, the new releases and whether or not I'm interested in picking them up or not, I just want to remind you guys to go and follow me on my Instagram if you are not already. We are coming up to 8k over there, which is great, that's fine. I'm really hoping to get to 10k, and if you think it won't make any difference if you follow me, I promise you it makes such a big difference to me. If you're not sure why people are always trying to get to 10k on Instagram, you just think it's just a nice round number, isn't it? The reason is that once you hit 10k, you are able to link products, you're able to swipe up in your stories. And I know people get so irritated with me for doing a link in my bio, and it's very annoying having to use a link tree and all of that stuff. And I love to show you guys what I'm using and for you to be able to easily see what I'm using and link to it if you want to. And I can't do that until I hit 10k. So that's why I'm constantly begging and pleading with you that if you're not already following me on Instagram, I would really appreciate and be very, very grateful if you would follow me over there, where I post lots of new releases, launches, my kind of go-to day-to-day makeup and what I'm using every day, as well as any tea and details of sales and things like that that pop up. So I would love it if you would support me on Instagram. Once I hit 8k, I'll be doing my next giveaway, and it is a good one. I'm just looking at my pile right now. So far, I mean, I'm adding to it every time a package arrives, every time I get any PR, some of it is going straight in that pile, because sharing is caring, and I love to share the wealth with you guys, who are the whole reason why I get a single package of PR, is because of you. So a lot is going in that giveaway pile, more is going in there by the day, so you must be following me on Instagram, and I will post on there when it is up and what you need to do to enter. So enough about me banging on as usual. Let's talk about this makeup tea, makeup news, new products, new launches. Do I want them? Do I not want them? Who knows? You're about to know, because I'm about to tell you. But I must start off by shouting out these makeup accounts, which is where I get all of my makeup tea. They always are ahead of the game. They always know what's coming before even the brands know. That's how good they are. So if you're not following these accounts on Instagram, I suggest you do that too, if you want to know what's coming out any day, any moment. So let's start off with this Makeup by Mario collection. Makeup by Mario, if you don't know, I mean, you know, right? You do know who he is. He was Kim Kardashian's makeup artist, her main makeup artist for years and years and years and years. He now has his own brand. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of the brand for a few reasons. There's been some, I've had some misses. I didn't like his kind of cream highlight. That was a total disaster for me. But I really like his eyeshadow palette. And I'm a very big fan and appreciator of the fact that his shipping to the UK is amazing, fast, reasonable, and all taxes and everything are included on the website, so you don't have anything else to pay. There's no delays, and my packages have always got here in a couple of days, and I flippin' love him for that. I must say that. So this is his collection. The Soft Sculpt collection is what it's called. There's a lot going on, I will say that. There's cream blush sticks. I mean, if you've been here before, you know I'm not getting those, right? It's cream and a stick. My two nightmares in one. No, thank you. There's a cream contour stick. These I'm interested in. As far as sticks go, stick foundation, no. Stick blush, no. Stick men, no. But a stick contour is the one product, I think, like cream contour, cream bronzers, stick cream, what? Those are one of the only sticks and creams that I can get on board with, contour / bronzer. So this comes with a nice little brush on the end, so I don't need to buy a new brush to go with it. I'm very interested in these. He's the king. He literally invented, well, he didn't invent it, well, who knows, but he did kind of popularize via Kim Kardashian's face the very sculpted look. So I'm pretty sure he knows what he's doing. So I'm definitely interested in picking up one of those. The bronzers, I feel like I need a break from bronzer right now. Powder bronzers, I feel a little bit bronzered out, if I'm being honest. So that's going to be a pass for me. But I am going to pick up one of the powder blushes, probably the peach one. I mean, you've met me before. And one of these highlights. I'm going to give him a second chance, because these highlights are called the Soft Glow highlight, and they claim to be an effortless, soft, melt into the skin, natural, healthy looking glow. That's much more my tea. The previous one I tried was like glitter hell for me, and it was a cream, so I don't even know what I was thinking that I purchased that. That was my bad. But yeah, I'm definitely going to pick up some of these bits. He has free shipping to the UK over £58. Yeah, can you tell I already looked last night? So I'm definitely going to pick up a few pieces out of that collection. I love that it's a huge big load in one, so we can pick up a few bits in one go. I think it all looks fantastic, and I've had a great experience with the brand before, so yeah, I'm here for it. But not the cream blush sticks, please no. Next up, this KKW Camo collection. Now, I generally will say, oh, it's just a straight pass on KKW because they don't have a UK stockist. And unlike her mate Mario, maybe he could have a word for us, but she does not do a decent shipping and include all of the shebang on her website. So you end up paying like 3 times as much to get it here by the time it's here. So maybe Mario could have a word. I don't know if they still speak, but if he could, and let him know what's up with the shipping tea. Now, when I first saw this eyeshadow palette, I've said to you guys before, it was on my dream wish list product for this year. I want a khaki, green, olive, just full of it palette. I'd love it to be from Anastasia Norvina, like a midi size palette with all of those tones. We'd all, I mean, I'm not the only one, right? We'd all live, breathe, die for that. A Pat McGrath palette. I can't see it from Pat, but I could see Natasha doing it. A larger version of her retro palette, for example. Yes, please give it to us. On first glimpse, I thought this was it from KKW Beauty. This eyeshadow palette, I was like, oh my goodness. I mean, it's called Camo. And when you first look at it, it looks loads of green and khaki in there. But I mean, I saw her swatches yesterday on her stories, I think her Instagram stories. Didn't swatch well, I'll say that. And I know Kim has got in trouble for her appalling swatches before, so maybe that was her bad. But when you actually look at the swatches and look at the palette, there's really only like 2 greens in there and the rest is kind of neutrals. So I don't think this is the palette we've been waiting for, and I feel like this is kind of offering me no more than what I have in Metropolis, what I have in my Mini Gold palette, what I have in a lot of those palettes that kind of give us a couple of the greens, a couple of the army camo colours, but then everything else is just missing from the palette. I want that entire palette to be green, olive and khaki. I don't want a few golds in there, a few browns, like, no. It's not quite what I'm looking for. I need more, but it is, I think it's beautiful, gorgeous. I'm not interested in the rest of that collection, but the eyeshadow palette had me on the fence. If that was on Mario's website, I'd have picked it up, but you know, the shipping, can't do it, Kim. Next up, the Givenchy Prisme Libre blush. What is going on here? A loose powder blush. But I don't know why. As soon as I mean, blush is one of these things, it's got a precise location on the face where it needs to go. And I feel like loose powder that's just asking for trouble. I feel like it's going to be all over me. I'm going to have blush on my chin. And I mean, some people like that look. I understand it. I'm here for it. It's not for me. I have to be very precise in my blush location. I feel like this is going to really play me for a fool, and I'm going to have just blush all over my face, and I don't understand the mess of it. I can just already envision it being everywhere, all over my chair, on my carpet. I just know it's going to be a disaster for me. It's just, I mean, even one of the promo pictures, it's got it flying everywhere. And I think, do you think that's what we want, Givenchy? Why have you, I mean, that just looks like the exact nightmare I'm envisioning in my head. Why are you trying to sell us a massive mess? I'm going to have to get my Hoover straight out, and I don't know if I'll be able to get it out of the carpet. It's a definite pass for me. Next up, this Patrick Ta Extra Dimension eyeshadow palette. Now, I got in a bit of a pickle with this one. I'm kind of back and forth. Initially, it kind of popped out of nowhere, didn't it? I don't feel like I had much warning about this one. It was just suddenly there, and I don't know where it came from. But here it is. Now, I was on holiday when this popped up, and I was reluctant to order anything while I'm not home, because who knows where they're going to leave it. I will tell Hermes, DPD, whoever it is, I leave it in the shed. We've got a big shed. It's very secure, it's very safe, it's dry, it's clean. And yet they love to leave it on the doorstep, or like in the garden, or somewhere that is not the shed, that is not safe. It's warm here now. We're getting hot for summer. And I feel like any makeup that gets left outside for several days is probably going to have melted and died by the time I got home. So I was too nervous to order it while I was away. thinking it was going to get left in my rose bush for some reason and not in the shed where I specifically told you to leave it. So I didn't order it straight away, and then it sold out. It literally sold out in a day or two on Cult Beauty in the UK, which is their sole stockist. So I was going to buy it. I had full purpose intentionally planned to buy it, but then it ceased to be an option because it was gone. And now it's one of those things where I have a short attention span when it comes to makeup. If it takes much longer to come back, it will be a pass, just because I've forgotten about it and I've moved on with my life. I've had to get over it and accept the loss. And then I just, you know, if I can't get something straight away, I get bored of waiting and move on with my life. So we'll see. I like it. I think it's beautiful. It's got excellent reviews. Is it something I don't already have? No, I definitely have other, you know, neutral, soft glam makeup. I definitely have many palettes that kind of do this job. I did want to review it, but I can't, and now it's like time's ticking on. You hear me, you understand, I'm impatient, what can I say? Next up, this Melt Brunet Palette. I don't know what's going on here. I mean, it's very hard to actually, I don't even know that I know what colours are in here, because this promo pic is very shadowy and a wonky angle, and I just really can't see what's going on in there. I just don't know what's happening. I can't even really see. I mean, from the name, I think it's going to be browns, but one of those shades looks a little green, one looks silver. It looks quite cool in general. I've not picked up anything from Melt yet. They've never really fully tickled my pickle enough for me to jump on board. And I know that their eyeshadow formula is very hit and miss. It can go wrong, it can go badly wrong, or it can be great. So I'm kind of reluctant. That's nothing groundbreaking, certainly nothing that I feel like, oh, I've not seen that before. So for me, it's definitely a pass thenless reviews come out. It's a definite wait for review, at least wait for review. What I imagine the reviews are going to say is that it's, you know, we've all been there and there's better formulas out there. That's what I'm predicting. But yeah, wait for review. It's not groundbreaking. It's certainly not tickling my pickle just yet. Next up, Norvina Volume 5. I think this is beautiful. This looks gorgeous. I'm happy to see, you know, the Norvina brand is continuing, because who knows what was going on. It's been quite a long time since they initially brought their first range of palettes out. We had quite a long gap there. I'm not really sure what's going on at ABH. I feel like they're taking a bit of a break from eyeshadow for a while. Maybe they realised that they bombarded us and then they took a break. And this is their first palette back. And it's beautiful. These are my colours. I would absolutely have picked this up if I didn't already own the regular ABH Norvina palette. I'm not a big fan of huge, giant eyeshadow palettes. I like a nice rectangular number that fits nicely in my palette holder. That's what I'm going for. I'm looking for. This is not going to fit in my palette holder. It's ginormous. It's going to cause me a problem storage wise. I'd much rather repurchase the original Norvina. It has every shade that this giant one has in a much more condensed, storage friendly, travel friendly, Charlotte friendly, so I don't get overwhelmed, and user friendly. I feel like they made Norvina like the professional range. So if you're a professional and you need a lot of eyeshadow and you go through a lot of eyeshadow and you may be doing several people's eyeshadow and makeup in general per day, this is great. I don't think it suits the average consumer because it's just a lot of the same tones, a lot of shadows, a lot to get through, and it kind of looks like the same as all the other ones they brought out. So while I think it's beautiful, gorgeous, if you don't have a purple palette, I think it's an excellent all-in-oneer. But for me, it doesn't give me something that I need. It's too much, it's too big. And I actually just prefer my little Diddy Norvina, which was one of my absolute favourite palettes for the longest time. Those are my shades. I don't need 48,000 of them though. Next up, the Lancome Teint Idole Concealer. Now, Lancome is one of these brands that I feel like they do complexion very well. The Teint Idole foundation, an absolute classic banger of a foundation. Really, really beautiful. If you have oily skin, you like a more matte but a natural matte foundation, I think it's gorgeous. It's one of these that I just always have in my collection because I think it is a staple and it's so reliable. The skin feels good. You know how I feel about that. I think it's a fantastic tinted moisturizer type product. Concealer. I don't think I've tried concealer from Lancome. I'm excited that they're coming out with a Tainted Idole concealer. It sounds up my street. It says it's full coverage, lightweight, hydrating, but it's got a natural matte finish. It claims to be sweat resistant. So perfect for summer. I think, yeah, it looks nice, looks great. Hard to really get excited about concealer, honestly. And obviously I'm a little off the market when it comes to concealer. If this comes out in a good amount of time in the UK, I'll absolutely pick this up for review purposes for you guys, because I know a lot of you are still searching for that Holy Grail concealer. For me, I found mine, but I am willing to try this one because you just don't know. And I've told you before, I'm not loyal to makeup. I will cheat on it the second the shinier one comes along. So I'm definitely interested to try this, but only if it comes out quickly enough here in the UK and they don't leave us hanging and waiting for it for 6 months after it launched in the US. And next up, this Temptalia by Sydney Grace. I mean, I guess it's a collection because it is a lot. It's a lot of eyeshadow. I say 3, it's actually 6 eyeshadow palettes to my understanding, because there are 3 eyeshadow palettes, but in each palette, there is a light and a deep version of each palette. So that's a lot of palettes. Don't drink every time I say palette. So yeah, there's a light and a deep version, but I was confused when I was looking at these swatches. I was like, are they not the exact same? I was looking between the light and the deep and I was seeing no difference. But I saw Christine, who is the owner of Temptalia's blog, the lady behind this collection with Sydney Grace. She explained that it's not the whole palette. There's a couple of shades in each palette that they made, a lighter version and a deeper version, because those were like the matte shades. So 2 mattes in each palette are lighter and deeper. And you can, when you realise that, you can see the difference. There is a big difference between those shades, but it's not the entire palette. I'm, at this present moment, just a little overwhelmed by this, to be honest. I've been very excited. So Christine, her blog, Temptalia, the biggest blog in makeup history in the world ever. Don't quote me, I don't know if that's actually true, but as far as I know, this is like one of the most popular, most successful blogs for the makeup community. She swatches things like reviews on every single release. Christine is just the OG, and it's an incredible resource if you're looking for swatches, comparisons. Do I have something similar? It's an amazing site. She's just done incredibly well. She's been around as long as the dawn of time. I don't know how long that is, to be honest. She's now releasing her first, I believe it's her first. I don't remember her having another, although do I remember? Maybe she has had a collaboration. This is certainly her biggest collaboration that I certainly was aware of, with an incredible brand, Sydney Grace, one of the best eyeshadow formulas out there. Obviously, she worked with our friend Mel last year and brought out the incredible Tiny Marvels palette. So I was very, very excited. I know their formulas are fantastic. I know Christine has been working on this for months and months and months and perfecting. She's been sharing her entire story about this collection and how it came about and how she's choosing shades. So I've been very excited, but seeing the final palettes, I just don't, one, it's a little overwhelming because there's 6 of them and I don't know whether to go light or deep. I don't know which palette, and I don't know that there's a palette there that is exactly what I want it to be. I kind of want to take some shades from one and put it in the other, and it's, as a whole palette, looking at each individual one, there's none of them that really speak to me and really stand out as me needing it and wanting it. There's a few shades in each palette. There is going to be a bundle, but again, Sydney Grace is one of these brands where shipping to the UK is very expensive and does not include taxes. I think that's the case. So I really hope that they are working on that, or they've maybe resolved that. Hopefully that's the case. But the last time I tried to order them, it was like crazy shipping and not including tax, which means you're going to get really stung on this end. So I don't think there's any point in me picking this up for review purposes. It's just going to take too long to get to me and cost too much for me to get it here. So for my personal purchasing decision, I think I'm just going to skip, because honestly, I'm just not sure there's a palette here that really suits me. I think my favourite is probably On the Horizon. I think that's my favourite of the 3, On the Horizon. It's got some green in there. It's got those roses that I love, but I kind of feel like I definitely have that. I know it's going to be expensive for me to get it here. So yeah, I think I'm probably going to pass on that collection. I would have loved to have supported it. I'm sure it's going to be stunning, but the shipping is a huge expense to get it here for what it is, and so for that reason I'm probably going to skip. And last but not least, these new Chanel long-lasting waterproof eyeliners. Well, as soon as I saw these and I saw that green shade, yes please, that definitely tickles my pickle. I will 100% be picking up the green one of that. Who knows when it's going to arrive here, because Chanel, typically we're probably waiting a month after the US for Chanel launches at the moment. So, you know, it should be any day here, who knows, any day, but that green one is definitely coming home with me. You know I love a green eyeshadow, and the thought of being able to do a gorgeous green army olive eye and have a liner that goes with that, yes please. So there you have it. So there you have it. Those are all of the new or upcoming releases that are on my mind that I'm eyeing up, or not so much. Please let me know what you are excited about of all these launches that are coming, what you plan to pick up, and what you are just not excited for in the comment section down below. I love to know. I love to be nosy. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'd love to see you in the next one. Otherwise, take care for now. Bye 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 bye.